You can leave it on.
I'll
You
just
just
look
have a
like
halo. You just have a
I'm
halo over top.
glowing.
You're glowing. Yes,
I'm
Pam is
glowing.
glowing. Pam is with us today and she is glowing. Happy Friday. Friday, Friday, Friday. Yeah, to a long weekend. So lots of you are going to be heading out. Be safe. And
Yes.
we're going to do things a little bit differently today. I've got a few things to share with you, but we're going to just talk about a couple things, just sharing a couple stories. So I'm going to let Pam go ahead and go first, and then when you're done, you can stay on. You don't have to run away, so I can do the rest of it. Maybe you can even interject on it. So go ahead, Pam. And oh,
All
by the
right.
way, just let me say this before Mike is doing very well. Thank you for everybody asking. He will survive unless his wife kills. No, he he's doing fine. The hard part is keeping him out of the store, keeping him away from me because I am
Mhm.
not going to get sick. So when I go in the house, it's mask time. But
Mm.
other than that, he's just got a nasty cold, and he will be back probably in the shop. He's going to retest, I think, tomorrow and see. And as soon as he's cleared, he'll be back in. So go ahead, Pam.
All right. Happy Friday, guys. And right as we came on, I'm going, oh, I should have done it. What is it today? I think yesterday was National Wine Day, or maybe that's today. I don't know.
That
It's
must
the
be today.
weekend. So,
Yesterday was National Towel Day. Go figure.
oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm going like, oh, wow. Yes, I can have a drink. Okay. Anyways, I wanted just to talk briefly, and I hope that I have this all correctly. But the gyms on Monday will a lot of the gyms like the
CrossFit
CrossFit and
gym. The
everything.
CrossFit gym.
CrossFit, okay. They have what they call sometimes they will have a special what they call a WOD, a workout of the day, and it's usually to honor a hero, someone they dedicate it to the memory of a military member. And I'm looking down and forth because I've got my notes down here, either someone that was like in the military killed in the line of duty, or a police officer, that anyone that has given their lives, to keep us safe. So anyways, the wad that I'm going to do on Monday, Sherry's going to do it tomorrow with her gym, but it is what they call the Murph wad, and is dedicated to I think he was a Navy SEAL, I think,
You
Michael
were
Murph.
supposed to do your
I
research.
know. I looked at that and I've got so much stuff here. But anyways, he had three tours of duty. His third tour turned out that it was in Afghanistan, and they were dropped off. I think there were four of them. They happened to be dropped off because they were on this mission, and some goat herders found them, reported them, and so they started to be ambushed by gunfire. Well, they were up against a mountain. They were not able. There was no cell service. So Michael Murphy goes out into the open and was able to have some radio communication, and he ended up being shot in the back. He still was able to, continue with the radio communication, and there was a rescue team, a para-rescue team that found them. One they rescued. Unfortunately, the other three, including Michael Murphy, it was a recovery. Well, now let's kind of go back, for come back into the future. There is a doctor in New York named Dr. Apple. Well, he started going to the CrossFit gym, and he heard about this Murph Wad, and he started thinking, gee, I wonder if this is the Murph that I know about. Well, it turns out that Dr. Apple had been in the Air Force, then went to medical school. And after he graduated, he was sent to Afghanistan. He was actually the pararescue team leader that rescued the one soldier and recovered Michael Murphy and the other two. I think there were four of them all together. So he started thinking, he said, a lot of us, we think about Memorial Day as, okay, let's have some beer, let's have some hot dogs, some, barbecue and all of that. Well, he wanted it, let's just, we have that right, that freedom because of men and women that have signed a blank check, as Sherry always said, and they put their life on the line to give us freedom. So he started talking to the owner of his CrossFit gym, and they decided that they were going to make Memorial Day this Murph Hero WOD. And what they do, the WOD consists of a 1 mile run, 100 pull ups, 200 push ups, a 300 squats, and then a mile run, all supposedly wearing their body armor. And body armor is a military issued vest that is like 16.4 pounds. And Michael Murphy, they said that I think he did 32 to 35 minutes. He was able to do all of that, in that time. Now, when I do mine, I don't have a weighted vest. It will not be in 32 to 35 minutes. Anyways, so the whole time that, I'm going to be doing mine, I will be thinking, of not only the sacrifice that Michael and Murphy and all the others did, but, just thanking all the veterans. Anytime I'm out and I see somebody with a shirt or a hat, I always I try to go up and thank them for their service. That's just, something that I like to do, to be able to say thank you, because I don't believe I could sign a blank check, but I am thankful for those that can do it. So anyways, with that being said, I believe that I have all of, yep, I think that is everything. So you all have a great rest of your Friday. Please be safe. There's a lot of careless drivers out there, on the weekends, on holiday weekends. So we want to be able to see our A&A White family back on Tuesday. So please just be safe.
Okay,
And
Pam. Oh no,
I'm not
not
going to
yet,
go. I'm not
because
going to go.
Angela's watching. So I want to hear you say now, what is your Murph Wad on
What
Monday?
is
So
my
you're
Murph Wad?
committing, and on Tuesday you can report it to us.
Oh, I will. Okay. So I'm kind of, I guess, maybe sort of like a wimp. I'm not
No.
doing the complete. I am doing a half Murph. So I will be doing a half a mile on my treadmill, and then I am going to be doing 10 rounds of, I think it's 5, 10, and 15 of the push up, pull ups, and my squats, and then another half mile on my treadmill. Um, I'm going to see if I can try and get that much done in 32 to 35 minutes. But I will let you know. My coach, Angela Yay,
She's
she's
watching
great.
you. She's watching
Yes.
you.
Because I told her I was going to be doing this online. So, anyways, thank you, Angela.
Okay, so the Murph tomorrow will be for me. We'll do it a little bit differently. It starts at 7 a.m. Yeah, 7. Exactly, 7 a.m. And we have an hour to do the hardest version. Now, I don't know about a weighted vest because I don't know if I'm going to do that. But I will do the 1 mile run, and then we'll break it up. It will be the pull-ups. I do have to use a band because, like Sue Francis, I can't do a real pull-up yet, but we're working on it. So that's what, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, and 300 squats, followed by another mile run. And to add the frosting on top of the cake and the cherry, I'll be getting in the pool swimming. So I will be doing a long distance pool swim tomorrow because I can't Mike can't go out into the Gulf yet. So we do that another day. So that is my commitment. And yes, all of you know that and all of you hear me. So we will check back in with you. Um, Oh, so Marilyn Lusher. Oh, I'm so sorry. She's in a boot, so she won't be
Ooh.
doing any walking. Well, one of the guys at the gym, there is a substitute for all of these, so it can all be scaled down. Doesn't matter what you can do, but the whole point is there's the picture, and you know, just the memory of someone who did sacrifice, which is what Memorial Day is about. So that's why I kind of decided to go totally offline here. Um, and then we'll bring you back with a few other things. But I do want to share, I've got something else that I just really need to share with you. I can't tell you who it is, what it is, or anything like that. But I will tell you, I do know for a fact this is an absolute true story, and it is a God story. Pam knows that. Um, Let me just look through here because I got to watch. I can't tell you a lot of the details. Um, let's see. And this is a Marine. It is a Marine who came back after 20 years of service and then working in the civilian sector. And do you know, a lot of our military, when they come back, they get out of the service and then they do things, still good things, whether it's with the military or other things that you guys don't know anything about. We don't need to know either. Well, this was out west where it gets really cold, really icy, really snowing, snow and ice, and there was a bad accident, a really really bad accident, um, in one of those Gator vehicles. Went over a bank, rolled over on top of him, and no cells, no, was a 20-foot embankment, no cell service. So just kind of think about this: ice, freezy cold, off the edge of the road. No cell service, no way to get in touch with anyone. I just can't imagine. You know, what are you doing laying there if you're even awake praying? I don't know. Um, Somehow, and this is one of the parts that's a God thing. You cannot explain. Wherever his phone was, they did not find his phone. His phone pinged, called, somehow got in, rang, and there's muffled noises on the end, and they don't know that they were able to go out eventually and find him. It took 10 men to lift the vehicle off of him. So again, just think about this. They said it looked like it was a bloodbath, blood everywhere. So this is not a faint of heart story, but it is a true story. He had hypothermia, which in this case was a good thing because his body slowed down so much that there was the bleed, stopped the bleeding. So this was and then they had to use a helicopter to fly him in. He had 45 stitches and just massive. He's got a rod down through his hip. So think of this, and away from his family. Okay, no family around. He's going through all of this. Well, and all kinds of surgeries and that kind of thing. This is another thing that we don't know about or who, but there's always people behind the scenes. There are some very rich, influential patriots in our country. They're not going to tell you, they're not going to, that pull money together, kind of like the GoFundMe. And when things like this happen, his family didn't know how they were going to get him back home. Just think of this, a rod, when he gets well enough to be able to get him home, how are we going to be able to do this? It's halfway across the country. You're worried and stressed about your family member or your loved one. That very wealthy patriots donate to charity, and one of them donated their private jet to fly him within 5 miles of his house. I mean, that just gives me cold chills. And that's just, prayers and answered to prayers. He is recovering. Like I said, can't tell you anything else than that, but just wanted to share, because there's so many bad things and terrible things going on, and we all feel bad about that. But this was just something that, just like I said, it's a God thing. There are angels out there among us that we don't know. So I just really felt that I needed to share that with everybody today. So I hope thank you for indulging me. And now I said, since we did that, maybe we'll go on to something a little bit happier to get you busy for the weekend. Since Mike's still not feeling well, it'll be a busy weekend sewing. By the way, anyone that wants to come to the store tomorrow, I will be here between 12 and 2. So I will be here between 12 and 2 tomorrow. Let's see, Pam. I just took. If you want to say something, tell me. I turned your speaker off. It was getting some feedback. So the store will be open from 12 to 2 tomorrow. Jeannie, it's a wonderful story. It is a true story. I know for a fact. So it's not something that's out there that you don't know if it's true or not, and you see it on Facebook. And you guys know I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, Angela, yeah, you get on back to work, girl, and you check in and let us know what you did on your Murph Lot. So I talked a little bit yesterday about the new book. This is just came in. I don't know. I don't think I had it yesterday on live. I think it was in class. I did have it on live. Okay. This is the new Amelia Scott book that I was telling you about in class. It's now available for sale. Out of 12, I think I have 5 or 6 left. I mean, yeah. We will do a class on this. I have to be able to get through it, read it a little bit before we can actually do a class, but we will be doing a class on this. If you want the book, I would say grab it. There are patterns, there's information in here. You're going to need to take a look at it before we do the class. And the class, I'll just set it up as a separate fee and separate project. So we're going to be doing that. Brand new, not even in the system because Mike didn't get them yet, is, oh golly, what's her name? Donna Robertson and Fran Morgan. The 3-yard quilts. If you like to do 3-yard quilts, that's all you need. It's 3 yards of fabric. Here's her Christmas version. So this is the 3-yard quilts Christmas version. This is in just hot off the press. I think what I'm going to do with it is I am going to put it together, team it together with some 3-yard cuts of Christmas fabric. So you'll get it as a kit. You'll get the book. You'll have a choice of 3, 6, 7, 8 different quilts that you can make out of those same 3 yards of fabric. So be watching for that next week. I have a better picture of our color dance block of the month that we're going to start doing. Here you go. So this one, let me see in front of the camera. That's the darker one. Okay, Teresa Curran says she's taking the angels among us as a sign from God that my brother's going to come through his illness. Thank you for sharing. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And then here's the darker or the pastel. So they both have that really, really dark color in the background. And then you'll have a choice of the bright colors or the pastels. Kathy, if you hate the red velveteen, get some red fabric. You don't have to use red velveteen in that. So we have that one coming. And then we have our, this one is called the Bijou Wonder. That's our other block of the month and the colors that we're going to be doing. And we've got our linen table runner, our Kimberbell event coming up in July. So those are the newest. I do want to show you, let me see. Okay, so I am packaging today because I'm here at the store till 3, working my little fingers to the bone. No. I'm packaging your kits for the Dealer Digital Exclusive. There's no label. There's no instructions. It doesn't tell you what day it is. Remember, you got the email with all the links. Go back and look. Please don't delete that. But this is what you're going to get in your envelope. You're going to get it. It's going to look like this. So this is, look back alongside. This is going to be your fabric for the bowl. All of these, you get, look at these. You're going to get in your kit. I cut these strips. They're 2-inch width of the fabric in all these fun colors. Look at that. There's the dark and the light and the dark. So it all goes, the gradients, because I thought we'd have some fun with that. Look at that. Look at that. And then you've got the peach. So you've got enough in here that you can make 2. So you'll be able to make 2 of these if you want. But I'm just telling you, so when you get this package, you say, oh, what the heck is that? Well, that's what it is. Your kits are ready. These will be going out next week. Your kits for the table runner, remember, we're doing it next Saturday instead of the whatever that next week is. The 4th instead of the 11th. Wednesday, our plan is still 2 scoops. That's going to be a sew along. I don't even have my fabric yet. But we are going to do that, and our vintage jewel block number 6 is coming up on Thursday. So that tells you what's going on next week. Guys, make it a great day. Like I said, I will be here in the shop tomorrow from 12 to 2. If you need anything, you can call. You can stop by and see Huggy Bear and I. I know I had a couple customers that said they wanted to come by, so I will be here working. And then we will be shut down till Tuesday so that we get to celebrate Memorial Day. And remember, Memorial Day is the day that we honor those who gave their life. Veterans Day is the day that we honor the veterans. So it's a little bit different, but yeah. So just do something on Monday. Whatever it is, we're going to do it tomorrow. So the whole time, this will be cool. The guy that owns our gym is he is a Marine, getting close to retirement, so young guy. And so he's going to close the gym for Monday so he can spend that day with his family. But when we do it tomorrow, we're going to be there early, and we're going to have the national anthem. So it's a big deal when we do it as a group. So, but if not, and you're doing it on your own, just use that, play some patriotic music, or, just think, just think about all of those that did give their lives. They gave everything. They signed a blank check, and it got cashed. Okay, so make it a great day. Go sew something, and we will be back on Tuesday.